A very good evening and welcome to The World Now at 4 on Hills TV. I am Uduak Daniel. First, let's talk the headlines. And on the headlines, Police Commission Union declares indefinite strike. Also on the headlines, Angola ruling party set to win elections as opposition disputes results. On the headlines as well, Britain's former Myanmar envoy detained in Yangon. And on sport, Joshua lacks confidence against Usyk Wilder. And now the news in detail. The Joint Union Congress of the Police Service Commission, that is the PSC, has issued a notice of indefinite strike to the management of the commission over a breach of agreement. The union noted that the strike will commence with effect from Monday, August 29, 2022. Chairman of the Joint Service Union, that is the PSC chapter, Adoi, disclosed this, stressing that the notice is coming amidst disagreements between workers of the commission, the chairman of the commission, Musiliu Smith, and the Inspector General of Police, that is IGP Usman Baba, on which body should be responsible for recruitment, promotion, and appointment of constables and officers. He also noted that the IGP and other police chiefs, in connivance with the chairman of the PSC, have overruled the constitutional duty of the PSC. The people of Egwoma community in Oguta Council area of Imo State under the Aegis Egwoma Concerned Citizens have raised an alarm over the activities of members of an illegal security outfit which have been terrorizing people of the community. They also allege that the members of this illegal security outfit have turned themselves into unknown gunmen who the community accused of being behind the kidnapping of some indigents of the community, including Honorable Johnson Okafor, former Imo State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, and one Ichie Eziocha Romanus Okorie Obi last year. And now to some defense intelligence, having you know that the Defense Intelligence Agency, that is the DIA, on Wednesday accredited 13 foreign defense advisors and attaches posted to Nigeria by their respective nations. The Chief of Defense Intelligence, that is the CDI, Major General Samuel Adebayo, said the accreditation placed a stamp of authority and approval on their posting to Nigeria.
That you are not allowed to communicate directly to the Ministry of Defense and other components of the Nigerian government as earlier enumerated. Be rest assured, however, that the agency will be at your service to address any concern in the course of your official duty while at this post.
Adebayo, while congratulating them, said the agency looks forward to a mutually rewarding engagement with them. Some of the accredited advisors commented on the development.
I hope and I think we will deepen, we will increase that cooperation.
So we have continued with this legacy of our assistance to the Nigerian Armed Forces as per the requirements of the Nigerian Armed Forces.
I look forward to working with our partners here in Nigeria to advance both of our mutual interests and to see how the United States and Nigeria can enhance our partnership.
He said that the DIA remained the link between the defense attaches and advisors with the Nigerian government and its agency, institutions, ministries, and departments. When we return, news from other parts of Africa after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. This is The World Now at 4 on Hills TV. The International Criminal Court's chief prosecutor said Sudan had promised its full cooperation in the war crimes probe of atrocities committed in the Darfur region under the ousted President Omar al-Bashir. Karim Khan spoke after meeting Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, who seized power last year in a coup. He said the words that he And going on in the conversation, he said the words that he just heard from the chair of the Sovereignty Council are very positive and that the challenge now is delivering those in practice. Burhan, who was a senior general under Bashir, has promised his full cooperation and commitment to justice for the people in Darfur, Khan added as he wrapped up his trip. Bashir, 78, who has been in custody in Khartoum since his 2019 ouster, has been wanted by the ICC for more than a decade over charges of genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity in Darfur. Away from that story, provisional results from Angola's general election on Thursday indicated that the ruling party was heading for victory. With 86% of votes counted, National Electoral Commission, that is the CNE, puts the People's Movement for Liberation of Angola, that is the MPLA, on 52.08% of the vote. The opposition National Union for the Total Independence of Angola, that is the UNITA, was on 42.98%. It claims the results were unreliable and that its tally showed it was in the lead. The election was seen as the most tightly contested in decades. UNITA and the MPLA have been rivals since before independence and have fought a civil war intermittently over 25 years, in which hundreds of thousands of people were killed. We now move to other parts of the world after this break. Don't go away. Welcoming you back to The World Now at 4 on Hills TV. Giving you some more stories. Authorities in Myanmar have detained Britain's former ambassador to the Southeast Asian nation, where a military junta seized power last year. 3 people with knowledge of the situation said on Thursday. Vicky Bowman, who currently runs the Myanmar Center for Responsible Business, that is the MCRB, and her husband Tien Lin, a Burmese artist and former political prisoner, were detained on Wednesday, the sources said, asking not to be named due to the sensitivity of the issue. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia has put the world on the brink of a radiation catastrophe as it virtually addressed the United Nations Security Council on the evolving crisis in his country spurred by Russia's invasion. He further said it is a fact that the Russian military has turned the territory of the largest nuclear power plant in Europe into a war zone. He said Russia's shelling of the area and deployment of terrorists on a territory of the station under the Russian flag has increased the threat of nuclear disaster in Europe. Ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, condemned Russia's actions and called for their immediate withdrawal from Ukraine. Bringing more stories, this time to Taiwan, and having you know that Taiwan proposed on Thursday $19 billion in defense spending for next year, a double-digit increase on 2022 that includes funds for new fighter jets, weeks after China staged large-scale military exercises around the island it views as its territory. China carried out its largest ever war crimes and war games around the democratically governed island after a visit this month by U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. The trip infuriated Beijing, which saw it as a U.S. attempt to interfere in China's internal affairs. And now let's get on to business and have you know that a statement by the Association of Nigerian Energy Distributors, that is the ANED, yesterday revealed that the 11 electricity distribution companies, that is DISCOs, collected 777 billion naira in the first quarter, that is quarter 1 of 2022, according to the Executive Director, Research and Advocacy, Sunday Odonta. The DISCOs have installed 129,352 distribution transformers since the power sector privatization of 2013. He also noted that the high collection was recorded despite various lapses in the industry. ANED also recorded a 78% increase, metering from 2.3 million in 2013 to 4.1 million as of 2020, leading to the increase in the number of registered customers from an estimate of less than 2 million customers. Pre-privatization to 10.2 million, establishment of 1,035 customer centers, and the creation of 32,573 jobs as against the 23,515 during the privatization. Still talking business, Asian share markets were broadly positive while the dollar was slightly weaker on Thursday, with investors nervously awaiting the U.S. Federal Reserve's annual Jackson Hole conference for clues on how sharp future interest rate hikes might be. In early European trading, the pan-region Euro Stoxx 50 futures were up 0.25%. German DAX futures were up 0.34%, and FTSE futures were up 0.29% at 7,494.5, while U.S. stock futures, the S&P 500 E-minis, were up 0.42%. Oil prices rose on Thursday on mounting supply tightness concerns amid disruptions to Russian exports, the potential for major producers to cut output, and a partial shutdown of a U.S. refinery. Brent crude rose 45 cents, or 0.4%, to $101.67 a barrel by 6:30 GMT, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude was up 32 cents, or 0.3%, at $95.21 a barrel. Both crude oil benchmark contracts touched 3-week highs on Wednesday after the Saudi energy minister flagged the possibility that the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, that is OPEC, OPEC, and its allies known as OPEC Plus, will cut production to support prices. Still to come on The World Now at 4 is sports. Don't go away.
Good evening and welcome to Sport News on World Now at 4. I am Memo Cynthia Asoya. As the Nigerian Football Federation (NFF) seek to change leadership, more aspirants have emerged with the promise of giving a facelift to the game in the country. Former Nigerian Football Federation, that's the NFF General Secretary Musa Amadu, believes in the experiences of the past in the present to build the future, and would need some of the elderly stakeholders to be there for him that he would listen to, as he declared on Tuesday in Abuja to contest the position of the Federation's president.
We also have to go to the grassroots, work closely with the state football associations and unearth the best talents in the game and give them a future. We will work closely with the state football associations to enhance the principle of sport and fitness in our schools, funding the best talents.
Zamfara State FA Chairman Ibrahim Gusau also declared interest in the race.
We will try and make sure that we sanitize our games because it is the most important thing. Apart from sanitizing our games, we are going to create programs that will enable us to have grassroots participation of football through the instrumentality of using the State Football Association and the local football association.
Maju Pinnick was elected in 2013 and re-elected in 2019 as president of the federation. Ghana Women's League champion Ampem Dakoa ladies in the second group game of the qualifier on Wednesday held Nigerian champions Bayelsa Queens to a goalless draw in Yamoussoukro. In the first group game, Bayelsa Queens walloped Atleta Ladies of Togo 5-0, while Dakoa trashed USFA 3-0. The Nigerian champions faced tougher oppositions in Dakoa team, and both teams had to share the spoil, a point apiece. Bayelsa Queens will face USFA in the final group match, and a draw will guarantee their progress in the semi-final of the tournament. Now to mixed martial arts, where heavyweight Deontay Wilder, now to boxing, I beg your pardon, where heavyweight Deontay Wilder believes that Anthony Joshua lack of confidence played a major role during his rematch defeat to Alexander Usyk on Sunday morning. Pundits have commented that Joshua delivered an improved performance in Saudi Arabia following his loss to Usyk last year, but it wasn't enough as the Ukrainian retained his heavyweight titles via split decision. Wilder, who is set for a ring return on October 15th against Finland's Robert Helenius, believes Joshua showed a lack of confidence in the build-up to the match and has questioned the 32-year-old's mentality. And now to football, where ex-Manchester United goalkeeper Ben Foster has told the Red Devils manager Erik ten Hag to exempt the duel of Cristiano Ronaldo and Harry Maguire from the squad. Having come under fire for the lackluster performance in Red Devils shirts, Maguire was kept on the bench in the Manchester United 2-1 victory over Liverpool on Monday night. Cristiano Ronaldo was also left out of the starting 11 for the game following the 4-0 hammering at Brentford. And that's your sport news on World Now at 4. Back to Uduak Daniel for the rest of the news. I am Memo Cynthia Asoya.
Thanks, Memo Cynthia Sawyer, for that one in sports. And to the rest of the news. In a celebration of a national day amidst war, thousands of revelers gathered in the Lithuanian capital, Vilnius, on yesterday for an electrified concert to celebrate Ukraine's Independence Day and show support for the war-torn country. One of the merrymakers shared the significance of organizing the event.
People ask why, like, would we use a rave as a protest form or a symbol of freedom? And I think it's really obvious when you see people dancing freely, expressing themselves. That's exactly what Putin hates, and that's what he's scared of. So that's what we're doing.
Ukraine celebrated her Independence Day while also commemorating the 6 months of Russian invasion. And that's the world now at 4. But before we go, a quick look at our top stories. We told you Police Commission Union declares indefinite strike. We also told you Angola ruling party set to win election as opposition disputes results. We brought to the fore the fact that Britain's former Myanmar envoy detained in Yangon. And on sport, Joshua lacks confidence against Usyk Wilder. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hills TV, Instagram at Hills TV. Our YouTube channel is at Hills TV. I am Uduak Daniel. Thank you for watching.